Hello everyone, I am Zerg Sword Sentinel, and welcome to the finale of Century of Economy. The Cursed are furious with the pirates, and use their fog-hopping gunship to attack the Pirate One Masters gathering resources. However, the ship does not hit enough times to sink any of them. The Cursed defensive line breaks and the Fiends surge forward. The Carnage and Foresight take the brunt of multiple ram attempts. A zoomed out shot of the Cursed attack, with brilliant rays of sunlight disguising the Fiends, while pirate ships fall back to the whirlpools or hide in the fog. The Whydah and Sea Hag derelict the Fancy and menace some of the smaller ships in the pirate flotilla. The King Jones basks in the sunlight as she prepares to hunt some pirates. The Hephaestus comes to the surface and is able to eliminate a mast from the splinter. Another long shot of the cursed pirate border, with cursed gunships massing for a push into pirate waters fueled by a blind rage. Using Suro, the cursed throw the rover off the edge of the world, throwing a wrench into pirate plans, as the rover had Elizabeth's Piece of 8, which was allowing the pirates to give one of their ships a guaranteed extra action every turn. At the end of their turn, the Cursed spent close to 300 gold to launch 16 ships. The Rampage and captured Kanohi Dragon sink the Draconum. The Cruz de Cristo, captured President, and Isabella all box in the Celtic Fury and cross the bow of the Misfortune's Keep, doing damage to both ships. The White Rose and Electric Eel take damage, with the White Rose losing her stolen treasure to the Hoya del Sol, which is then hoisted back onto the Spanish home island. El Relampago engages the Selkie and cuts off the Belladonna. The Asgard is boxed in by the Tiger's Eye, Kanohi Dragon, and Janissary's Blood. The Santa Ana tried to get the stolen coin back, but failed to win the board. In the background, the Virtuous Wind has docked at the Spanish home island. The Mobilis comes through a whirlpool to assist El Cervantes and the Divine Wind against the Flying Dutchman. The Scarlet Star and Wicked Wench sneak in and grab handfuls of loot from the Spanish home island. The pirates take their last turn, not doing much, but launching the Treasure Island from Return of Davy Jones and Seleucus at the end. With that, the high gods of the sea called down their judgment and the game was declared over. Factions began counting all their gold on their home island, as well as total number of ships. Uncached resources would not count, and gold on ships would not count either. First place would be determined by whichever faction had the most ships left afloat when the game was called to an end. Second place would go to whichever faction had the most gold. This pattern would repeat for places 3 to 6. Now, on to the placements. In 6th place are the French, who were eliminated by the pirates with some help from the Cursed. Near the beginning, the French had the largest fleet, with well over 30 ships. However, their decision to not fight, even as they were being exterminated, will go down in pirates' lore as one of the worst ever. Had they decided to fight, it is highly likely they would have either used their momentum and eliminated the pirates, or else caused enough damage to the pirates such that they would not have affected the game much later on. However, that did not happen, and the French finished last. With 102 gold on their home island and 45 ships to their name, 5th place goes to the Spanish. The Spanish got off to a great start, with valuable resources nearby and excellent gold runners to get those resources in mass quantities. Their gold bonus ships certainly helped in this endeavor, and Spanish firepower kept the pirates from expanding too far west for almost the entire game. The Spanish waged a brief war with the Americans and forced a peace and alliance on the struggling faction, which the Spanish fully intended to betray later. For their good start, their luck and fortune did not last. Embarking upon a crusade, the Spanish attacked the Cursed not once, but twice, and lost every capable gunship and capital ship to those crusades. It did not help that the English sided with the Cursed and attacked the Spanish, causing the retreat and halt of the First Crusade. The crippling blow came, however, at the hands of the pirates. The pirate raid on the Spanish in the late game resulted in 1,025 gold stolen by the pirate home island raiders. With 374 gold on their home island and 12 ships to their name, Fourth place goes to the Americans. The Americans were unfortunate for the entire game, with enemies on all sides, and coerced by the Spanish to do their dirty work for them. The Americans were almost eliminated by the pirates, but survived long enough to place the hidden trove on one of their 2 ships, which when cashed in, catapulted them back into contention, leading to one of the greatest comebacks in pirates' history. With 86 ships to their name, third place goes to the Pirates. The Pirates started out strong, finding viable resources and briefly using the abilities of Jack Sparrow to gold factory those resources. However, those endeavors were never exploited to their fullest. The pirates assembled the first battle fleet and used it against the French, which led to their demise. The absence of the French gave the pirates room to grow and expand they did. This caused a near-permanent state of conflict with the Spanish, which ended inconclusively, with neither side able to claim military victory. The pirates proved to be a major irritant to all factions, with the Kraken dictating how certain battles and scenarios played out, especially in the Spanish Crusades. The pirate attempts to raid the English and later Spanish contributed to the decline of the Spanish. Before the iceberg with runes of Odin triggered the Cursed, the pirates had a narrow lead in ships over them, but lacked the funds to make significant launches later in the game, with almost all of their gold already spent. With 648 gold on their home island, and 53 ships to their name, second place goes to the English. The English played a relatively passive game, focusing mostly on gathering resources and accumulating gold. Early on, the English spent their gold as they got it, at one point putting a ship into the water every turn, and not just gold ships, but a fair number of gunships as well. Their sole conflicts of the game were against the Spanish and pirates. The conflict against the Spanish was instigated by the English, as the Spanish at the time were attacking the Cursed, who were allies of the English. This conflict was started with the intent of sinking the Spanish main El Corzado, and was eventually successful. However, it went far longer than the English had planned, and cost them several ships. The conflict with the pirates was started by the pirates, in their attempt to rob the English of their hard-earned gold. In first place with 207 gold on their home island and 96 ships to their name are the Cursed. The Cursed had a decent start, finding middling value resources which they used to launch a gold-oriented fleet at the outset. Becoming the target of not one but 2 Spanish Inquisitions would normally spell doom for any nation. However, the Cursed managed to hold off and beat back the Spanish twice, much to everyone's surprise. It can be argued that the Cursed had help in the First Crusade, with the English attack of the Spanish forcing Spain to recall her gunships to protect home waters. Surviving the 2 Crusades gave the Cursed a hardened battle fleet, backed up by every sea monster. Had the game continued longer, it is very likely that they would have eliminated the pirates. With that, the Cursed are declared winners of Century of Economy and are the best faction in the game. At least until next year. If you want to see what I do next, make sure you're subscribed. If you like what you saw, hit that like button. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.